give it a minute here before people can get on. Hello. Hey, what's up, George? Brianna, Quinn, Carson's. Hello, everyone. Hey, Dodgers. Hey, Joshua and Parker. Trick Shots. Hi, Cameron. Hey, Hank. Is that Lila? Hello, Landon. Hi, Mike. JT, what's up? What's up, Parker? So we'll talk a little baseball tonight, little whatever you guys want. We'll let everyone, hello, Grant. Jay Dizzle. We'll let everyone kind of get on here for a minute, and then we'll Andrew, and then we'll answer some questions. Hello, Ben, Jimin, and Carter. Merry early Christmas to you as well. This is first YouTube live in my new house. I haven't been on in a while. I've been away and then moving, and hello, Keith. So as you can see, I don't really have anything in this room yet. It's just empty, but eventually it will. Thanks, Mike. Hi, Bubba. All right. Hitting course release. Next week, I'm trying to, so the course is finished. I have everything done. I'm just, I've just been at baseball a lot the last few days, so. All right, first request I have, then I'm gonna answer my first question. Everyone, I don't like beans. Everybody, if you go, look at this. I cut my finger today at baseball. We'll do a thumbs up here. Everybody, if you could, give the video a like. That would be excellent. We'll try to get to 100 likes right away this time. Usually we try to get there as we keep going. Look at that, we already got 33 likes. Awesome. All right, let's start answering some questions. Oh, 46. What's Santa getting the kids this year? I don't know. I can't say. We'll have to wait until he gets here. I don't know if they're watching. Video Game Matt is coming back tomorrow. There'll be an episode tomorrow. I just filmed, when did I film? Last night I filmed, so I'll be back tomorrow. Matt, first off, great name, but have you seen Jeff Fry's video on you? I have not seen Jeff Fry's video on me. What did he put it on? Is it on, does he have an Instagram? I mean, does he have a YouTube? I'm not sure. I don't know if Santa's getting me a PS5. I'd like Santa to get me one, but I don't think that's happening this year. I don't think Vin was too hard on me. No, he just doesn't like the Padres. Best lifts for mound velo? Well, I think that, everyone's different. I do think strength is a component of being able to throw hard. So without knowing anything about you, I mean, I'm always a fan of doing the core lifts. Obviously, I'm not an expert and I know nothing about you, but, I think being able to squat, deadlift, probably single leg lunge, do a pull up and being able to press something would be a good place to start. Favorite video game besides MLB The Show? Well, I don't play a ton of video games anymore, but right now I would say I play either MLB The Show or Red Dead Redemption 2. How much will a hitting course cost? It's a good question. I'm actually debating that right now. How much do you think it should cost? It's hard to say when you don't know what it is. Favorite MLB Stadium would have to be Fenway Park. It shouldn't cost anything. That's my YouTube channel. I have about 2,000 free YouTube channels, or free YouTube videos. I don't take steroids. Religious players, so typically you're going to have, typically there's an opportunity during, I'm trying to think actually, it was definitely on Sundays, and then I'm trying to think that, was there other stuff in the clubhouse? There was always a group of players that usually would have a small room that they'd be able to go to on Sundays in the, wherever you're playing. Yeah, I stopped having a favorite team. I was a Red Sox fan growing up, but yeah, there's basically like a Sunday morning chapel. Yes, exactly. Spencer, thank you so much for the super chat. How to keep a positive mental attitude while in a slump. So I think it's hard to keep, anyone that tells you like they never get upset or angry or never had negative thoughts during a slump, I think that's probably hard to believe. I think most players are going to be in slumps, and it's going to be not the funnest thing, but I think one way you can try to help yourself is to not focus on, the result of not getting a hit, and try to focus more on just simpler things that you can control, like getting a good pitch to hit, like putting a good swing on the ball, like hitting the ball hard. And so you should be able to do that more than you can get a hit. Even if you're a great hitter, you're only going to get hit 30% of the time, depending on your level. So if you're only going to feel good when you get hits, you're going to be, feeling bad much more than you feel good. So that would be probably the easiest thing to think about. That would be considered more like process-oriented instead of result-oriented. I've never seen a perfect game or live no-hitter. Or no-hitter live, either one. I was almost part of a no-hitter when I was with the Padres, but my kids are sleeping. They have gone to bed. Am I going to miss the Indians? Well, not that I was ever attached to their name. I mean, I never played the big leagues with the Indians. I played in AAA, but can I rap? No, not really. Dirk Hayhurst and Bullpen God. Dirk was my roommate for a little bit, so yeah, I'm actually in his first book. I don't know if I'm in his second book, but I'm in his first one. I'm Anto in it, so that's me. What's up, Jack? Didn't I see you today? What are my kids getting for Christmas? I can't say yet. We'll have to wait and see what Santa brings. We got about a foot of snow. Maroon 5, I'm not like a huge Maroon 5 fan, but yeah, I like some of their songs. Questions go so fast on my phone, it's hard to read. Favorite baseball memory I would have to say is, well, the easy ones making my major league debut, but I remember, I had a lot of memories. I don't know which one. Hi, Braylon. Hello, Braylon. Things to do in your house. Well, I don't want to recommend something that you're going to, break something in your house. But, I think maybe it's, again, like, can you find any room to swing anything without breaking something? Maybe it's a wiffle ball bat or just something. We get in front of a mirror or even just videotape yourself. Even if it's dry swings, it's better than nothing. I'm not in San Diego anymore, no. I haven't been in San Diego since I played. No, I've never been hit with a ball or a bat in the dugout. Do I think the Dodgers will repeat? Well, I think it's really hard to repeat, but I would say that they have a lot of talent. So, yeah, I would say there's a possibility, but it is very tough to win once, never mind twice in a row. So, I broke a table. 6'4", 170, is that what it said? Well, it sounds like you're pretty skinny, but again, without seeing you, I would say that, yeah, I think strength training is definitely a part of it. There could be other things, but I would say most baseball players are strength training. Yeah. So if you're not doing that, then you should be. Hold on, everyone. We have a super chat. Let me find it. Hi, Caleb. Super chat. Landon Souza. Thank you so much, Landon, for the super chat. You said, favorite Christmas gift you received when you were a kid. I hope you and your family have a safe and fabulous Christmas. Thank you, Landon. Same to you. My favorite Christmas gift. Let me think about this for a minute. I don't know how old I was, but these are just gifts that I'm remembering off, right now. When I got a Nintendo 64. So when I got an N64, I remember going in my room and hooking it up and playing. And I remember sitting there being like, oh my God, this is like unbelievable. Like I couldn't believe how cool it was. I think I got Mario, Super Mario, or Mario 64, whatever it's called. I think I got like Mario Kart. And I was like, this is crazy. So that was one of my favorites. And then not my parents, Santa. Santa got me a go-kart one year. It was awesome. So those are two of my favorite things. Hi, Jason. Yeah, you're right. Mario 64 is a great game. As a coach, what do you look for in a freshman at Trouts? So when you're looking for things at tryouts, depending on the age, this is a hard question because, if I'm evaluating a player, what I'm looking for is a player that's going to help the team win at that level. So, what does that mean? It depends on what team, a freshman at one school could be different. One freshman team could be much different than a freshman team at another school. So it's hard to say, I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm looking for this, as a pitcher for them to throw this hard, because it just depends what the team is. Every year is probably different. So, that would be my thing. I'm looking for players that'll help the team win. And, I'm also probably looking for a player, and this goes into it, helping the team win. Like you want a player that's coachable, someone that you're going to enjoy being around, someone that's not going to drive you crazy. Like those all kind of play into it. We have another super chat, everyone. Hold on one second. Evan, thank you so much for the super chat. I noticed hamstring injuries are common with baseball. Football and basketball players ride the station bike to stay loose. Why not baseball too? Well, I would say hamstring injuries are common in every sport, I feel like. And so, why do players not ride the stationary bike to stay loose? I don't know. Are hamstring injuries more common in baseball than other sports? I don't feel like they are. I feel like hamstrings are with every sport that you're running in, but I could be wrong. And yeah, I noticed that basketball players a lot of times will ride the bike. I mean, baseball, there's so much time standing around that if you rode a stationary bike every time you weren't in the game, you'd be riding a bike for 3 hours. Like literally, like baseball's all about standing around. And so like in basketball, you're in the game. Let's say you're a starter. How many minutes are you playing? 30 minutes in the game. So you're only out of the game for a few minutes at a time. And so while you're out, you may ride a bike to stay loose. But in baseball, you're always in the you're like always in the dugout. It's a weird sport. Jocelyn, hopefully I said that right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Any idea why my pitching elbow has been giving me problems? I was shut down in 2019 because of it. Have thrown bullpen sessions, but it gives me pain. So that is a hard question. I think anytime you're in pain, then you need to get that checked. But it is a difficult question. I mean, I've had so many injuries. I've talked to you guys about I've got my broken hand there. You can see the scar from my surgery. And then I've got all my wrist surgeries. You can see my scar that runs like this. And even with lots of doctors and lots of tests and all this stuff, people couldn't figure out what was wrong, and different opinions from different doctors. And so I wouldn't be able to tell you anything just by knowing you have elbow pain, but I do know that you should get that checked. I would not mess around with that, especially with your elbow. Because it shouldn't be hurting when you're throwing. I should stream more. I will try to. I try to stream. How did I get recruited? I honestly got recruited. I wouldn't recommend this to most players, or players especially nowadays with all the technology and stuff. there wasn't really, there was internet when I was in high school, but it's nothing like it is today. So I got recruited literally by just going on the field and playing, and coaches seeing me. That's it. Never reached out to a school, never did anything. I just played, and then they said, "Do you want to come play for us?" And I said, "Sure." That's how it happened. Hey, Vin, what's going on? Yeah, I miss baseball. I really enjoyed coaching. I miss the. I'll tell you a quick story. I was watching what's it called? The Queen's Gambit. Is that what it's called? That show on Netflix I was just watching. Anyways, when she, I don't know if anyone's not seen it, but I don't think I'm gonna ruin anything. When she's playing and she's winning, and people are cheering for her and stuff, got me pumped up. Made me miss playing. I do miss playing in front of a lot of people, and when I'm doing well. And I've talked about the feeling that you get when you get a hit. It's the greatest feeling in the world. So I miss that type of stuff. I don't miss getting out and all that, because that is the opposite feeling. It drives you crazy after you do it for a long time. So, but I do miss playing. I miss the competition. And I've always thought Major League Baseball plays too many games, and I love baseball. But I've always thought 162 games is a lot of games. And I've tried to play through them, and I could never get through 162 games. So, go Cubs, go! This is my the show shirt with my what's that? My gamer tag on the back. Is that what they call it? They sent me this. That was nice of them. Hi, Colt. Toughest pitcher I faced. I've talked about this before a bunch of times. I get this question. This might be my number one question. Daniel Bard gave me a lot of trouble. Tim Lincecum was really good. Max Scherzer was really good. Ubaldo Jimenez. Super Bowl picks? I wish the Patriots, but not going to happen this year. So I think the Chiefs, I know they won the Super Bowl last year. It's an easy pick. I just think the Chiefs are awesome. And then the NFC, I'm cheering for the Bucks. I thought by now in the season they'd look a little bit, I don't know, I still feel like offensively they don't look great at times. They still don't seem to be on the same page, and I just thought their offense was going to be unstoppable, and it's still not. But I bought a few more baseball cards. I got a Francisco Lindor rookie. I should show you guys. I have them back here in my little case here. Who's the pitcher I have great numbers against? In my major league career, which is not a lot of at-bats, I had the most success against Matt Cain of the Giants. What was the best college program you got recruited by? Probably UNC Chapel Hill. They went to the World Series all 3 of my years in college. But I was recruited by a decent amount of schools. I was recruited by UVA, they won a national championship, right? I was recruited by Vanderbilt, who's obviously really good, and I was recruited by Michigan. They were one of my 5 visits that I had scheduled, and they've been really good. And who else was I recruited by? Georgia Tech is good, and I was recruited by a decent amount of teams. So Austin Meadows is your uncle? I chose Wake Forest because for a few reasons. One, I really like North Carolina for some reason. I wanted to go down south. And when I chose Wake Forest, we were actually ranked number 2 in the country. I think we were number 2 that year. We have one of the best pitchers, Kyle Sleeth. He was the best pitcher in the country. He went 3rd overall, I think. And we had like a ton of draft picks on that team. But the problem was when I became a freshman, the whole team the year before was drafted. And so it was like a rebuilding year. And so my freshman year, we weren't very good. My sophomore year, we were better. My junior year, we were ranked as high as 12th in the country. And so that was one reason. And this other reason was I liked the coaching staff a lot, and I really liked the players. And I felt really comfortable on campus. But when I visited, I stayed with the players, and I just thought, like, they just, I don't know. just get a feeling for the guys on the team. I thought they were really nice guys, and I made friends like pretty quickly. And when I got on campus, it was the one campus when I got on that I was like, man, this feels really comfortable. I feel at home here. That would be cool if Yaz and Pat and I were all on the same MLB team. Who is my favorite player in Antonelli baseball? I can't say that. We got a couple of them on here. I like everybody. Oh, we have a super chat. Hold on 1 second, everybody. I missed a super chat. Let's see. Nate, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Are you still friends with any current MLB players? Who's still playing that I played with? There's not a lot of guys still playing. Whey LeBlanc is still playing. He was one of my best friends during my career. He was my roommate pretty much. How many years were we? Were roommates a lot. And who else is still playing? I think everyone else is done. I'm getting old now. My friends have moved on to coaching and front office and all that. So not a lot of guys still playing that I was with. I'm sure I'm forgetting some guys, but hey, we've got RC from the NYC. Thank you again for the super chat. My nose is itchy right now. What's up, Matt? Hey, Laura. What's up, Chad? Hope everyone is doing well. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all. 60 days until spring training opens. Wow, it's only 60 days. I can't believe it's already January. How is it already January almost? Time is flying. Time is flying. I can't do anything. It's weird. It's like, I don't know if everyone else has felt this way, but I feel like time has gone super fast. I felt like in March when we first got like officially locked down, the first week of lockdown was the slowest week of my life. I felt like time was not moving for a week. And then after that week, I feel like we've gone and fast forward for the rest of it. And I feel like I don't have a memory of anything. Well, I guess because I do the same thing every day, but yeah, smash that like button. Hey, let's see if we can get we got to get way over 100 likes right now. Can everyone smash the like button as, who said that? Somebody said smash that like button. Do I still have friends? I don't know. I think I got a couple of friends. Well, the MLB, there we go. We're up over 100, 122 likes on the video. Thank you, everyone. How do you deal with cleat chasers? Oh, it's tough. Let's ask Laura how I dealt with cleat chasers. I was with Laura most of my career, pretty much my entire career. So, actually, my entire career. I didn't have to deal too much with cleat chasers. She would chase them away for me. Hey, Laura. I don't know if she can hear me. I wanted to do this in the living room, and I thought she'd be a part of it. And she told me to go over here. She said, get the hell out of here. So, hey, Frank, thank you so much. Frank Alfone, however you say it. Thank you, Frank, for the super chat. Hey, buddy, I'm a die-hard Mets fan. With all the moves they're making, do you think they can go all the way in 2021? So I think the Mets. I think the Mets are going to spend money clearly, and I think they're going to make a lot of moves, and I think they want to win, and I think there's a lot of excitement around the team. I don't know if they're ready to win right now, but they could. I would say they're probably not going to win it this year. But, I think in the next couple of years, I think they will have a legitimate shot to win it. Will the MLB cutting major or minor league teams hurt player development? Well, I don't think it's going to... they're not going to be developing as many players, but I think that they'll... Listen, I think there's a lot of players in the minor leagues. I don't want to say... There's always a player that, you don't expect to make the majors that does. But for the most part, I've always thought there's too many minor league teams. Like, there's a lot of guys that are in the minor leagues. They're not bad players. They're very good players, obviously. But, like, you can look at him and be like, this guy's probably never going to make it to the big league. So there's a lot of guys that are just kind of, they're just kind of roster fillers. And so it stinks for them, cutting the minor league teams. You're not going to have those guys aren't going to have the opportunity. But I've always thought it's a little overkill to have so many minor league teams. It just, so I think they'll be fine. Well, we got a bunch of super chats, everyone. Hold on one second. Let me try to catch up here. EJ Slump. Thank you, EJ. Have you ever skied or snowboarded? I have skied and I have snowboarded, and it's been a little while since I've done both. I skied as a kid, and then I snowboarded, same thing as a kid. I'd say the last time I did either was probably like 14 or 15 years old, so it's been like 20 years. So I'm not really much of a cold, if I want to go somewhere, I don't really typically want to go to a cold area. I already live in a cold area, but I don't want to go to the mountains, to the cold. I'd rather go to the warm. Andy Padilla, thank you for the super chat, Andy. What drill can you use similar to the PVC and boxing bag to teach 9-year-olds that hip rotation and palm up, palm down? What drills? Okay, so we start with the PVC and the boxing bag for a lot of our drills at the beginning because I want them to think about what their body's doing and not the results. So that's why we do the bag, because you can hit the bag. There's no specific thing you have to aim for. So you're just aware of what your body's doing. That's why we do it. We use the PVC pipe for one. It's just easier. It's lighter. It's easier to hit the bag a bunch of times. You don't get really tired. You don't beat up your bat. But we also like to choke up a little in the PVC pipe so you can see what the bottom of the pipe is doing. And so we're trying to get the pipe to finish up above the hands, like up here. If you swing like this down, it finishes down below. Now, some people online will make fun of the PVC pipe because I don't think they know why we're doing it. I think they just think just trying to make things look complicated or whatever. But that's the reason, and it's not even like a crazy reason. It's just it's lighter. You can swing more. We can do like 50 of those, and you don't get it very tired. But anyways, that's not really answering your questions. So we do a lot of drills, whether it's the bag or just, our normal swing. We do a lot of, for learning kind of how the body is supposed to unwind and for how to, get palm up, palm down. We do a lot of coil drills. We do like a coil progression. And so I have some of those videos. Actually, I have one coming out soon because we just walked our players through it last week at practice. And if you check YouTube in the next few days, I should have that video up soon. So it'll walk through the coil drill. I also have it, if you go to our hitting playlist, I have some there. But those are the big things. There's a ton of drills. It's hard for me to go over all of them. I am putting out a hitting. I've been yelled at forever to put together my hitting drills. So I'm actually putting out like a hitting course coming out next week that'll have all my drills on it. So keep an eye out for that as well. Nathan, thank you so much. Bodenheimer, hopefully that's right. Bodenheimer, Rosenberger, Gardenhoser. Anyone know what movie that is? Thank you so much for the super chat. What are the most popular BB chords among your high school players? So I get asked this a lot. I actually don't pay attention to it, but I know that the meta. A lot of our players swing the meta. A lot of swing Marucci. Is it Cat 7, Cat 9? I don't know. It's one of those. But a lot of people ask me, what are the most popular bats? I paid a lot of attention to bats when I swung them, but now that I don't swing them, I don't pay attention. And we have so many kids, we've got 175 kids in the program, and then, I'm doing tons of lessons and clinics and all, this stuff. And so you end up seeing like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bats, and so I don't even pay attention. EJ, thank you so much again for Super Chat. Do you remember any weird minor league promotions from when you played? Yeah, there were a lot of weird ones. There was one like every couple of nights. So, we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Do I remember any? Laura has a better memory than me. Hold on one sec. Let me ask Laura if she remembers like a good one. Hold on one second. Hey, Laura. What was like a funny promotion, minor league promotion? What were like a good, remember like the promotion nights? Like we had Redneck Night one night and all that. What was like the best one? You what? Oh, she's offering no advice. Thank you. Well, that was a waste of time. I mean, I remember Redneck Night. We wore like we wore these actually, I've shown you guys that hat. I don't have it here. It's downstairs in my basement. But that was one night. But you have all kinds of nights. You have Star Wars night, and you have all different movie nights, and but again, there's so many of them. I can't even remember all of them. Will Barker, thank you so much for the super chat. Really enjoy the channel, Matt. Thanks, Will. I appreciate that. Stuck in. I don't know what that says. I probably should know, but thank you so much for the super chat. I'm a horrible reader. Hey, Matt, love your videos. My son is 12 years old, 9 months, and had a tryout today. He ran a 7.8.960. Is that good for his age? Thanks, you of the videos. So to be completely honest, I have no idea if that is good. So we don't do 60s with our young players. We do them with older players because I kind of have to know, and I have an idea of what's good for older players. But for young players, I don't really worry about their 60s because no one ever asked me like, hey, I'm not going to have a college coach be like, hey, how old's this 12-year-old 60 times? So I don't need to know. We measure them at tryouts. We measure them just from home to first. And that gives me a really good idea without having to set up the cones in the outfield and all that. It's just a nice, easy one. So I wish I could help you, but I'm not sure with 7.8.9 if that is good or not. You might be able to find that online, although, a lot of things with young kids, like 12-year-olds, I don't get too caught up in it, like even like throwing speed or anything, because you get some 12-year-olds that are like 70 pounds, and then you have some 12-year-olds that are like 180 pounds. And so, the big, strong kids have a huge advantage, and they get all excited when they're like, yeah, I'm so much better than everyone else. I throw harder and hit faster and everything. But then, when the little kids catch up, sometimes they pass the big kids. So I don't get too excited about all that stuff. JP's baseball journey. Hey, JP. What other sports did you play as a kid? When did you decide to just do baseball? So I played every sport that I possibly could as a kid. I played everything. I played soccer, basketball, baseball, football, hockey. I think that's every sport. Major sport, I believe. I didn't play golf. I stink at golf. But I played everything. In high school, I played football in the fall. I played hockey in the winter. I also played basketball, not for my high school team because I was playing hockey, but I played church league basketball in the winter, and then I played baseball in the spring, and then I played baseball in the summer. I was always just kind of always practicing and playing every sport. Juan and I had this talk today at our when we were doing lessons, and some people always say to me like, oh, the reason why you were successful is because you played lots of sports. Well, I mean, I really enjoyed lots of sports, and that's what I had fun doing. That's my hobby is sports, and I happen to be good at them. But I don't know if that's why I was good at baseball. I think I was just good at baseball. Other players, there's plenty of really good baseball players that just play baseball. They might not like other sports, or they just love baseball so much that's all they want to do, and that's cool too. So I don't try to push everyone to play multiple sports just because I did. But I do think if you want to do them, do them. Like, I don't think you should not play other sports because you feel like you have to concentrate on baseball at a young age. I didn't start playing just baseball till college. I would have loved to play football or hockey in college, but at that point I did decide baseball because I thought, when you get to college and you have an idea, okay, I want to play professional baseball, that's when I concentrate on it. Thank you for the super chat. And last super chat right here is Loose Cut. Thank you so much for super chat. Any recommended tools for pitch design sessions? Ooh, is Juan in here still? Juan Cero. So Juan's more of our pitching guy. I don't do a ton of pitching stuff, although I do like pitching. But we have a Rapsodo, and then Juan uses. We don't have anything fancy like Edgertronic. We don't have like super slow-mo cameras or anything, but we. I think you can use basically a GoPro or maybe even an iPhone. It's not as good as an Edgertronic, but those are expensive. And so there's other ways to do it, but I think those are probably the two main things that you could use. Okay, back to the live chat. There we go. Juan's on it as I'm saying that. Did you like Derek Jeter? I always liked Derek Jeter. I actually never got to play against him. I had one chance to play against him when I was with the, who would it be? Orioles? Yeah, Orioles. When I was with the Orioles, in spring training, we played the Yankees, but we had like a split squad day, and unfortunately, I didn't go to the Yankees game. They sent me, I don't know, the Rays or somebody else, and so I didn't get to play against them. You're welcome. You would have been the first person to go #1 overall in the MLB draft, NFL draft, and NHL draft. That would have been cool. Top velocity versus drive line. So that's a good question for Juan again. I know who both are, and I have Hacking the Kinetic Chain, and I try to look and read all that stuff, but I'm not like a pitching expert by any means. So I think both seem to do some interesting things. I'm a fan of driveline, and I haven't watched as much top velocity stuff, but it seems like they do a good job over there too. The baseball bat bros. Yeah, let's get the baseball bat bros. Let's do it. I'm going to have to start lifting and then go hit some. What should your pop time be as an 8th grade catcher? Same thing. Like, the way I look at it is this. If you want to be a college catcher, a pop time that's going to impress somebody is usually around like a 2.0 is pretty impressive. And I know sometimes you'll go online and see like 1.6s and 1.7s, and that's all bogus. I don't know how they're getting that. But, let's just say a 2.0. Let's talk about like a game pop time. If you're a 2.0, that's like really good. Really good. So if you're in 8th grade, I don't know. You're a long ways away from probably being able to throw a 2.0. What do our 8th graders throw? Who would be in 8th grade? That would be our 14U team? Yeah, our 14U team. What are they throwing? 2 3s maybe? 2-4? I'm just guessing, but my degree is in communication. What should my velo be? Same thing, like, it really depends. You're 5'10", like, same thing. Some players make huge jumps, like, what's our 8th grade? Who are in 8th grade right now for our velos? So like 8th graders are, again, 14U. I mean, Hank Hebert's probably throwing like 70, high 70s maybe. He throws pretty hard for an 8th grader. But if you told me you threw 70, yeah, Hebert 77. So, like, if you told me you threw 70, that's not bad. Even if you said 65, I don't know anything about you. I wouldn't be like, oh, that's terrible. Now, if you threw like this and you threw like that, I'd be like, oh, man. Like, if you threw 65 like that, I'd be like, well, it's going to be, I don't know how hard you're going to throw. But if you're just like, you've got a great arm action and you do things right and it's 65 and it's like, well, he's weak or he's small or whatever, like, I feel like it's okay once he gets bigger and stronger. Most important skill for a shortstop? I don't know if there's a most important skill, but as a shortstop, you have to, it's the toughest position in the infield, and so you have to have, you've got to have a pretty strong arm if you want to play shortstop at a decent level. You've got to have really good footwork, really anywhere in the infield. I think footwork is probably key. You have to, you have to be able to take good angles. You've got to be able to know kind of how to get into the ball and then how to gear down and how to speed up and, how to work through the ball. And all infield play, especially shortstop, is like reading the hop, using your feet to pick a good hop, knowing what play to make. So a lot of that comes with just getting lots and lots and lots of ground balls. And then obviously if you have some good coaching that can kind of help you, then that helps. But my best game ever as a professional was in high A. I went 6th grade against Lancaster, which is single A for the Red Sox. That's probably my best game as a pro. The game I remember the most was probably a AA game against Springfield Cardinals. I hit 2 home runs that went out of the stadium. I crushed them, and I mean, I've hit 2 home runs in other games before, but there was something about that game that I felt. I never bat flipped retro. No. Things coaches look for in outfielders. I mean, for me, as an outfielder, well, I would like someone to be able to hit. But if you're talking about defense, I mean, I want someone that can go and get the ball. Sometimes like an arm stands out, but I don't really care as much about an arm. I mean, if you have a horrible arm, that could hurt. But I need you to be able to go. I need you to be able to read the ball off the bat and be able to go get the ball. Being fast will help you. I've seen some fast outfielders that are terrible outfielders. So, I mean, the bottom line is, you got to be able to go. You have to be able to go get the ball. So, you know. And when you watch a lot of outfielders, I mean, you go to a game and you see a ball hit and you see the guy. Can the guy go get it or can he not go get it? And again, by go get it, I don't mean like just having blazing speed. I just mean like being able to read the ball off the bat and pick the right route, take good angles on the ball, and then make the catch, you know. What's a high exit velocity in high school? I think once you get into the 90s, you've got a pretty, you're talking about off the tee or off of a game or, but let's just say this. If you're in the 90s in high school, I think it's pretty good. How common are MLB groupies? Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably, like with anything, there's probably people that like baseball players. But how common were they? I don't know. I don't think anyone was interested in me. I don't think anyone knew who I was. So, but sure, if you want to find a groupie, I'm sure you could. How do outfielders get away with not looking at the ball while they chase them down? I think as you become experienced in the outfield, you read the ball off the bat. So when the ball is hit, you have an idea of where it's going, and then you break. If you know you have to run, like you've already, as you're turning and running, you've already basically, like quickly, without even thinking about it, you know where the ball's going. And so you start to take off and run. For those first few steps, you might not look at the ball at all. And then as you find the ball, sometimes you look back up and you're like, oh, I need to adjust a little bit. And sometimes you're on the right path. But it's just about reading, it's about seeing the ball and reading it a lot. Like in the infield, if somebody hit me a ground ball, I could read it and I could technically close my eyes and run 3-4 steps and then open my eyes. And I should kind of be going like pretty close to where I want to be. Should steroid guys be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, I mean, listen, I think like Barry Bonds. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. And if you put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, like Manny Ramirez, I think Manny Ramirez is one of the best right-handed hitters, at least that I ever watched. So I think it's hard to know. There's certain guys that took steroids, but there's a lot of guys that probably took steroids that we don't know took steroids, or it was just an SHIT show during that time in baseball. So Lindor is the best shortstop in baseball. He's definitely one of the best. He could be the best. Where do you think he will go? I don't know. I think I haven't been following a lot of the Lindor stuff, but he's going to get paid once he becomes a free agent. So I would think if somebody's going to trade for him, they're going to be a team that is going to want to be able to re-sign him. And so it's going to have to be somebody with some money. Ryan, thank you so much for the super chat. Why isn't Vita Blue in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. I don't have Vita Blue's stats on me right now, so I'd have to look. I'm not sure. All right, everybody, I got to ask for $300 million from the Blue Jays. Ooh. GM Matt coming back to Boston soon. Oh, guys, if you guys haven't watched my franchise, I actually just made 3 huge trades, literally 30 minutes before I got on here. And I'm telling you, I can't tell you who I made. I'll put it up in a couple of nights, but man, I just made our team go from like pretty good to like an absolute contender. I got one of the top pitchers in the league, and I didn't have to give up that much. I was a little surprised that this team was willing to let this player go. Then I got some bullpen help. I got I won't tell you who, got a young left-handed pitcher that throws 100 miles an hour, like 21 years old maybe. If you can guess him, see if you can guess him. Maybe I'll tell you, maybe I won't. He throws BBs. He's going to help. Oh, wow, Christopher. You might be on to something. So I picked him up, and then, who else did I get? Oh, another guy I got. I got a young, 24 probably, year-old first baseman. A potential. Guy's got some power. Mashes against right-handed pitchers. And I'm going to move him in. I'm telling you, I made some big-time moves. No, not Evan White. Evan White's a good defender. He don't hit like this guy, though. This guy. No, not Luke Voigt. Good guess. No. Oh, no one's gotten it so far. Nope. All right, let me give you a hint here. The team he plays for has two very good, him and another first baseman that are young. They're both pretty young. Not super young, but pretty young. There's two of them. Not Ichiro. Oh, you guys hear my neck just crack like that? A lot of people guessing Pete Alonso. Could be close. There's someone else that you're forgetting. You might not realize that this guy in this game is rated really high, but this guy, ooh, maybe you guys are onto it now. So you're gonna have to wait and see. Watch in a couple nights. One thing I did have to do though, I did have to get rid of one of my young outfielders who's very good. Double play Jose. I had to get rid of one of my young outfielders to get a pitcher. But I'm not that upset. He was young and he was a high potential, but it was a lot of defense and base running, and I'm going to be honest, I want someone that can mash, so it's okay. Oh, I got a super chat, guys. Hold on one second. Do you think Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson will be reinstated in our lifetimes? I don't think Shoeless Joe Jackson is going to, but I think Pete Rose has got to get in at some point. I mean, I know what he did was it was a boo-boo. It was not good to do. But man, that guy could hit. Which one of my teammates did Laura hate the most? Who did she hate the most? Let's ask her. She won't say, but I'm trying to think. Hey, Laura. They want to know which one of my teammates did you hate the most? Hate. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Laura liked everybody. She just gave me a Whey LeBlanc when I asked her. No, she didn't say Whey LeBlanc. She likes Whey a lot, but I'm saying she gave me an impression of Whey LeBlanc when he says, "Come on, Matt." That's what she just said. Matt. Squats or bench? Well, I think they're both important, but if I had to pick one, I'll go with the squat. All right, everybody. I'm going to ask for your help again, one more time, because we're almost at 200. Everybody has to hit the like button. We got to get up to 200 likes. Let's see if we can do it. 182. We're almost there. 195. We need 5 more. There's 200. You guys are awesome. All right. You guys and gals. Jacob Stevenson, thank you so much for the super chat. What do you think about Bauer with his crap talking and the way he's responding to cheating by cheating himself? So I think, so I don't know Trevor Bauer really at all. I played with him for a very short period of time, and I really only had one conversation with him in Columbus. We talked briefly about, I knew I knew that he had a lot of unique throwing things, so I kind of I never played. I sat on the bench a lot, and he was on the bench one day because he wasn't pitching. I talked to him a little bit about that, and then I was released pretty quickly, so I never really got to know him very well. But I think what he's doing is interesting. He really speaks his mind, and he's so yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's unique. You don't usually see players as open and on social media as much, and so I think he's going to be really, really huge on social media. He already is huge, but I think he's going to be really, really big, and I think he's one of those players where people either really like him or some people don't. A lot of people think they don't want to see players calling out other guys or bringing up issues and all this stuff, and then some people really like it. So I give him credit for doing something that most players, have not done, especially when it comes to social media. And he's a stud. What a year he had. All right, Jimmy Jam. Thanks for doing that. What was my GPA to get into college? I had a 3.5 GPA in high school. So I don't know what that is. What's that? A's and B's? I don't think I got any C's in high school. I'm not sure though. Maybe I got one, but excuse me, I was mostly A's and B's. Manny HTX, thank you so much for the super chat. Who is your favorite coach? I've had a lot of coaches in my career. It's hard to say my favorite. I'm going to go for older coaches. I'm not going to go back. I've had a lot of good coaches throughout my whole career, but if I think about, let's just go professionally, since nobody's going to know any of my young coaches. I would say, man, oh man, Buddy Black. Buddy Black was my manager for a little bit. I always thought he was a great guy. I liked the way he talked to the team. I liked the way he took an interest in, his players, and just seemed to care a lot about them. So I really liked him. Man, I had a lot of coaches I really, really liked. Doug DeCenzo was my first manager. He was awesome. And, Max Venable was a hitting coach that I really liked. I'm going to not say a lot of coaches I really liked that I did, but there's so many coaches I had. Buck Showalter, I had Buck a little bit when I was with the Orioles. I had him all at spring training, and then I got sent to AAA at the very end of spring training. I thought that what I kind of learned from Buck Showalter was I thought he was really prepared for the game as far as we did. That was the first team I played on where we actually studied film. We had this little in our clubhouse. We had a little theater area, I guess you can call it. We'd watch film of different stuff, and he talked about plays that I'd never really seen before. There's not a whole lot of baseball stuff that baseball players haven't seen, but we practiced a play where I never practiced on any of the teams I played on, but it was a fly ball, a shallow fly ball into foul territory, either down the first or third base line, where the second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder, or the shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder were going out to get the ball, and there was a men on first and third. So this play doesn't happen very much. But what we worked on is that the pitcher had to run over and be the cutoff man, either at first base or at third base. So when we caught the ball, we throw it into the cutoff man, because if you throw it home, the man on first will tag, and he can just go, if both runners are tagging, and on the tag, the guy from third breaks, and you throw the ball home, well, the guy from first just moves to second base. So you can't just do that. And you can't throw it in the second because then the runner from third will go home. And so you get the ball and you have to hit the cutoff man, who's the pitcher standing on either first or third base. That gets the ball in quickly. That stops the runner from third and from first. And so that was the play I haven't really seen before, but we practice that kind of stuff. You've got to be buzzed. To me, no, this is how I am all the time. I have lots of energy and I don't get tired, especially when talking about baseball. We have a super chat. Jacob Stevenson. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jacob. What was your favorite view from Petco? Well, I saw the game from the bench a lot, so that wasn't my favorite view, though. I love the Western Metal Supply building. It's so unique to park. Yeah, I think that's really, really cool. I do think Petco Park is a unique stadium, and I really, really liked it there. It's a beautiful place. But I would have to say, yeah, I think that's a really cool, unique thing. Trying to think what else. The only thing I don't like about Petco is it was hard to hit the ball out of the park there. I know they brought the fences in since I played, but man, I saw some balls. I saw Adrian Gonzalez hit some balls to like deep right center field that he hit these balls and I was like, oh my God, that ball's hit blasted. And guys would go back and make catches on it. I was like, if he can't hit the ball out, then I'm never hitting the ball out. Let's see. Eric, what percentage of your pro career were you single versus not, and how do you think the aspect of life affected your playing career and others? I was not single really at all during my playing career. I've been with my wife my whole career, so how did that affect me? I've always been like, even in college, I guess I wasn't with Laura in college at the beginning of my college career. But I've always I had a girlfriend and then I met Laura. So I didn't spend a lot of my time single as like a college or professional player. I get nervous all the time. I get nervous before a lot of games. Well, I think most players get a little bit nervous. Not nervous as like you're scared to go play the game, but you're just, you're a little nervous. I think that means, I think if you're nervous, some people get so nervous that they can't play the game. But I think if you're nervous, that pretty much just means you really care about the game. You care. Did Laura used to be a circus clown? That's a good question. I'll have to ask her that. When's the hitting program dropping? Next week. Sometime next week. I'll put another video out soon. I need to put the last few finishing touches on it. Thoughts on creatine? I use creatine not during my whole career. I usually use it in the off season. I lost a lot of weight during the season. I always thought creatine helped me put weight back on really quickly. So would I fight Jake Paul for $5 million? Sure. Absolutely. I have to be able to train first, though. I'm not fighting anybody like this. But how big is he? Anyone know how big he is? He looked big. I saw, when he knocked Nate Robinson's head off. But how big is he? Because I might not look very big now, but I bet you I can get pretty big pretty fast. So it depends on how big he is. What are the essential things for a player to be committed? Committed in college? 6'3", 220? Oh, I could take that on. I mean, I was 6'1", 225 at one point, so I'd actually be bigger than him. He'd be taller, but I would, for my height, I would be bigger. Well, I'd just be bigger anyways if he's 220. I don't know if I can get the 220 right now like I could when I was younger, but I did. I played with and against Charlie a little bit. What do MLB Fringe players do this time of the year? Train. Baseball, basically, if you're a player, you're practicing. You're a player year round. You don't really take much time off. I'd take a little time off, but you're going to be probably working on your body if you're not, hitting and stuff. Espo, what's going on? Thank you so much for the super chat. How's life, bro? Big fan. Good luck in the future. Thank you. I appreciate that. And good luck to you as well. Fastest player I ever saw was Jacoby Ellsbury, probably. I've told that story. If you don't know my Jacoby Ellsbury story, just type in, I don't know what to type in. Type in Matt Antonelli, maybe like fastest runner, or Matt Antonelli, Jacoby Ellsbury. Maybe put something like that in, and my video should come up. I had to race Jacoby Ellsbury in a 60-yard dash before. So if you want to hear that story, you can watch it. Do you think pine tar should be allowed for Patriots to use? That's a good question. Pitchers use, so they're not supposed to put, illegal substances on the ball, but they do. Pine tar is one that they get yelled at for, but, they use sunscreen and rosin together, and other guys use different things, and so, I don't know where you draw the line, but I do think they've been able to figure out ways using certain substances to put more spin on the ball, and so I'll just say no. What prospects am I most excited about coming up in the minors? It's a good question. Who am I most excited about? I don't know. I mean, I want to see. I'd like to see Adley Rushman. Yeah, Jared Kelenic. Yeah, I think he's going to be really good. There's a lot of guys that I'm interested in seeing. I should become a center. Soccer card giveaway? Maybe. I did play. I played baseball, basketball. Oh, sorry. I played basketball in high school, but not for my high school team. I played football in high school. I played hockey in high school. I played baseball in high school. Oh, here comes Laura. Now she wants to join us. She didn't want to join me before. She kicked me out of the room, but now she wants to come say hello. Nope, she said no, she doesn't want to come say hello. She just wants to stare at me through this glass door right here.
Do you want hot chocolate?
Sure. She's offering me hot chocolate.
I can still hear you.
PS5. Face reveal. Face reveal, Laura. Guys, I think it's a little bit of a joke. Tell me if it's a joke or not. That Laura gets mad at me when I say that. Like when I get mad about something, I'll be like, I'll either say you're a joke or that's a joke. Or what a joke.
You say you're a joke.
I'll say you're a joke too. And she gets very upset about that. But it's kind of a joke that after all this time, Laura has never shown her face on YouTube.
I know what I look like.
Oh. She's still staring at me. Are you getting hot chocolate or what? Jeez Louise. We got a foot of snow, and Laura and I both shoveled together. Does your wife even exist? Imagine that. Imagine if all this time I was making up this fake person. It'd be impressive. Wasn't there I don't know the whole story about that. I won't talk about it. Boba Fett is really good. Yeah, Lindor is really good. I did talk to Brian Cashman. He released me. I'll tell you my Brian Cashman story. I was with the Yankees in AAA, and trainer came over and said, hey, manager wants to see you in the office. I went in the office, and he said, hey, Brian Cashman's on the phone. I got the phone. I was like, hello? And he said, hey, man, how you doing? I said, good. How are you, Brian? And he said, great. I just want to let you know we're going to release you. And he's like, we're going to take you off the 40-man. Because they needed to make a move with something else. And he said, but I want to sign you back if you clear, I don't know, waivers or whatever. He's like, we want to sign you back. So I was like, okay. So So I got in my car and I drove home. I said goodbye to everyone. I got in my car. I drove home, got home, and then I don't know, a few days later, I got a phone call from Brian again, and he was like, "Hey, Matt, how you doing?" "Good." He's like, "Hey, we want to sign you back if you'd like to come back." I was like, "Sure." So I got in my car and I drove back, and I was back again. And then I don't know, a couple weeks later, the trainer came up to me and said, "Hey, manager wants to see you in the office." I was like, "Oh, Jesus." Went in the office, and this time Brian Cashman didn't talk to me because I wasn't on the 40-man anymore. This time the manager said, "Yeah, we're going to let you go." And I said, "All right, well, I'll see you guys later." Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. Lushy, you said you've watched the barrel turn the barrel video, but you feel like your barrel is late into the zone. So this could be a couple different things, but usually if you're late, some guys try to turn their barrel and they do it more with their arms. And so it's like this. And when your rear arm starts to get out in front, your barrel gets dragged and drops. And so, it's, I could show you real quick. I need to see you and all that, but we talk about trying to get like in a position where you get pulled back, where your elbows behind your hands. You're like this. And now when you make this move right here, your hand should start to go palm up, but your arm should work under as you do that. But it's not an independent, like just arm like this and hand getting dragged back here. They're both making this move together. And so that's how you don't lose the barrel back here and take forever to get in the zone. Sometimes people see that turn barrel and they like some people that will make fun of me or be like, "Yeah, that's really going to get the barrel in there. You're really going to be able to hit with that," but that's not what it is. How well can I switch it? It's funny you asked that because I was hitting lefty today a little bit, and I'd have to hit more, but I'm okay lefty. Hey, Matt, saw you when you played for Lake Elgin Storm. Oh, cool, Daniel. Do you keep up with Chad Huffman and Derek Cahurst? So Dirk was my roommate for a little bit. I told you guys that. I talked to Dirk since I've not been playing, but it's been a little while. And then Chad was one of my best friends playing. We were roommates a lot, and we were together a lot. We played in Eugene together, Fort Wayne together, Lake Elsinore together, San Antonio together, Portland together. The only place we didn't play together was San Diego. So Chad and I were really good friends, and I haven't talked to Chad in a while. Chad was playing over in Japan. I didn't really get to talk to him for a long time, and then like with most things, just fall out of touch. Is that the right way to say it? I don't know, but you know what? Maybe I'll text Chad. I'll text Chad tomorrow and say hello to him. All right, guys, I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and then I'm going to go drink some hot chocolate with Laura because she's not going to come over here. Oh, let's see this real quick, actually, before I answer another one. Can we get over 250 likes? As they say, there's a cool kid say, you got to smash the like button, get over 250. Let's see if we can do it. We've got 169 people in here. It's a good amount of people. Thanks, everyone, for watching and hanging out. Oh, wow, we went over 250 already. We might be on our way to 300, potentially. Rapid fire time. What's for breakfast tomorrow? Probably a bagel, because Laura yelled at me today because I had 2 bagels left, and they were kind of getting close to the sell-by date or the best-by date. And she was like, "Matt, why didn't you put these in the freezer? You're going to let them go bad." She likes to put them in the freezer before because that keeps them better longer, I guess. I don't know. And so I'll probably eat a bagel tomorrow. Brian Giles was a great teammate. A very nice guy, and was a little crazy, and was he was very funny. What's my Dunkin's order? So I'm not a huge, I want to say I'm not a Dunkin' Donut fan because I'll eat Dunkin', but if I were going to go there, this might seem weird, but I'd get a strawberry frosted donut, or maybe a coffee roll, or maybe an apple fritter. I'm not a Starbucks guy. I hate coffee, so I've never drank coffee in my life. I hate coffee. I mean, I've had like a sip of coffee and I hate it. You can't pay me to drink coffee.
I'm okay at catcher pops. I was better when I was coaching college. Japanese baseball, a lot of good Japanese players. Should the MLB expand to 32 teams? I don't know. There's a lot of teams already. I don't think they have to. I just don't like coffee, Molly. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I don't like peanut butter either. I don't like eggs. I'm not a big fan of cheese. I have a really weird palate. Buck Showalter managed me in spring training. I was sent down to AAA at the very end of spring training, but I was in big league spring training with him for 2 months. It's an acquired taste. Well, I have not acquired it yet. I never thought about playing in Japan or Korea, though. No, I didn't. I was too injured. Ooh, authentic NY bagels. That sounds good. My diet was not strict at all, Dimitri. I have a very poor diet. My diet's become much better since I have been married. But when I was younger, I ate whatever the hell I wanted. And I'm really lucky. When I was a kid, not a kid, but I was basically before I turned 30, still kind of now, but I could eat anything I wanted and I wouldn't get fat. So I guess I'm lucky. How old do you think I am? Anyone know how old I am? If you were to take a guess how old I am, what do you think? Take a guess. How old do I look? I kind of look old, I guess, on this. Oh, a lot of mid-30 guesses. It looks like here. You guys are right there. 18, Tatis, make me feel good. So I'm actually 35 years old. Most people guess 35. We got a bunch of 30s. Didn't get any 20s anymore. That means I'm old. Class of 2022 is going to be tough, just like the class of 2021 was. So I hope it's not the same. But apple juice or orange juice, I like both. Now I'd go orange juice. As a kid, I'd go apple juice. Yeah, some of you do know my age. You know, you do. Oh, do I have a super chat? Hold on, everyone. Did I miss a super chat? I did. MT Implosion, thank you so much for the super chat. Hope that you and the fam have a great holiday. Lara v. Matt in any game needed. Yeah, I would like to, I've been trying to get Lara to be more part of this channel, but she just doesn't want. Max deadlift? I haven't done a deadlift in forever. Thanks, Freddie. I could do a lot. I could deadlift a lot. I was probably a better lifter than a player at some points in my career. I always really liked the weight room. I was pretty strong. Merry Christmas, everyone that's saying Merry Christmas to me. You have 10 Bowman Chrome autos of me, all graded Gen Mint 9.5. Wow. Those 10 of them, it's got to be worth like a whole $2.26. Maybe a little bit more than that. Oh, wow. What service this is. Oh, look at this, guys. And, can you see this? I have marshmallows in there. Oh, look at those marshmallows. Oh, look. They're little footballs. Laces out. EJ Slump, thank you so much. Who would play you in Man Antonelli the movie? I don't know. Who would play me? That's a great question. Hey, Laura. Let's see what Laura would say. Who would play me in Man Antonelli the movie? Well, I know you would pick Bradley Cooper.
I like me some Bradley Cooper. You're right.
You would pick Bradley Cooper, or you would pick. Well, I know you would probably try to pick Brad Pitt too, but.
Brad Pitt, yeah. He'd be lucky to be able to play me.
Maybe a Matthew McConaughey.
Like Matthew McConaughey.
But I think your best lookalike would be the Sex and the City guy.
Yeah, but I don't like him.
Well, those are your options.
I like Bradley Cooper. I'm gonna go with Bradley
I knew you
Cooper.
were gonna pick Bradley Cooper.
Can you call him up? See if he'll if he's want to do it.
This is good hot chocolate, guys. Samuel L. Jackson. A little old now, but a little Marky Mark. All right, a few more questions. Besides Wake, what other college offered? What other colleges offered me? Danny DeVito. I had a decent amount of offers. I would say the 5 offers. I always just say the top 5. The 5 offers I gave most consideration to were Wake Forest, UNC Chapel Hill, University of Virginia, Michigan, maybe Notre Dame, Georgia Tech. That's 6. And Jeff Fry bashed me on Twitter. He's very rude. So a lot of people would talk to me about that. A lot of people get mad. Laura gets mad. She gets mad. She don't like when people talk mean about me. For me personally, I really don't care what anyone says. I think on social media, there's a lot of mean people. People just like to be mean for stuff. There's a lot of nice people. A lot of nice people in here. But you'll get a lot of nice people, and you'll get a lot of mean people. And actually, I think you get a lot of people that actually aren't probably that mean, but for some reason on social media, they become mean. I don't know why that is. They just like to just kind of like, some people enjoy doing that. So, doesn't bother me. I really don't care what anybody says. I mean, I think there's a way, well, I don't know exactly what he said, but lots of people have said, I mean, I have a lot of YouTube videos. I get a lot of people that say, like, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about, and that's fine. Not everyone should agree with what I'm saying, but I just think it's weird when people like try to get mean, right? Instead of being like, you know, I think this is a better way, and you know, I don't totally agree with what you're saying. They're like, you know, when they come out like, you're an idiot, what a dummy. You couldn't hit anyway. Okay. Thanks. How to increase bat speed? There's a long question. I mean, we could talk a lot about that. So I think the best way to understand bat speed, when I get off of this, go into our hitting playlist. I talk a lot. I actually have a video, I think, that says how to create more bat speed. Just type that in. Type in my name and then type that in. And I think you'll get like a 10 to 15 minute video. And then you can go back and watch all my other videos. So Will Frane's in here right now. Will watches all my YouTube videos. I think half of my AdSense comes from Will watching videos. Will's first in line to get my hitting course that comes out next week. So that'll be out at some point next week. Just keep an eye out on YouTube and Instagram. I think Will is first in line. It will also help me sell it, yes. Hmm. 22 years old, also from Mass. Was wondering what your best are for fixing not tilting back shoulder enough. When you think about like the videos that I have about tilting, sometimes people get concerned because they think that you're gonna like do this under the ball. So there has to be some of this, like when you can't see my legs. When my leg starts turning, my lower body starts turning, there has to be some of this. You can't do this. You can't do this. Like you can't do anything forward. There's gonna be a little bit of this, and then you're gonna go here. So literally, what I try to do is take my upper body, and I try to do this. Now, depending on, like for me, I have to personally try to do this because my natural swing, I don't want to do it. I want to like, when my swing is going bad, I want to like fight like this. I want to take my right shoulder and come over the top like this. So I have to do this. Now, if you're someone that's struggling with this, like you said you are, then you might have to do this as well. Literally think this. And you probably won't do that, but that's what you think. My 60-yard dash time? 6'6". Juventus. That's my grandparents' favorite team. Outfield first and pitch. Well, you're going to have to get someone that's watched you and kind of knows something about baseball to tell you where you best fit. It's hard to say. If I watched you, I could, help you. But thoughts on the Patriots? Patriots have been disappointing because, coming into this year, I kind of knew they weren't going to be great. I thought they were going to be good because of Bill Belichick. But I think, a lot of players opted out. A lot of players left. We don't have any money. Next year's the year we'll be able to spend money, but new quarterback, not a lot of practice time. But I'll tell you, the way they came out, especially that Seattle game, the way we were throwing the ball around and we lost, go to Seattle and lose in the last second at the 1 yard line. I was like, damn, this team's going to be good. I was like, no doubt we're going to make the playoffs. And then Cam got COVID, and then we played like horse manure against Denver and against the 49ers. And, he was out against the Chiefs, which we would have lost that game probably anyway. But golly, and then it started to go downhill. And then to lose to the Texans was tough. And so it's been a disappointing year. As a Patriots fan, CRC, thanks so much. As a Patriots fan, it's tough because we've watched nothing but winning. So, we're not used to losing this many games. And you're just used to seeing the game played a certain way, and then sometimes stuff is happening, and you're just like, what? Why? I haven't watched that in 20 years. So, anyways, everybody, JUCO baseball is good. Yeah, there's plenty of good. There's lots of good baseball at all levels. I do miss Tom Brady. I do. I still watch him. There's something different about Tom Brady this year, though. It's just, I don't know. It's just not the same Tom Brady that I'm accustomed to with the Patriots. I don't know what it is. It's just something about him. His demeanor. Last year in New England, I felt like he was getting frustrated a lot. Body language was kind of bad. He was kind of screaming and yelling at everyone a lot more. But this year, it just seems, I don't know, he seems, it's hard to explain. It just seems like he's kind of got that, same thing, body language always isn't that great. And he doesn't look happy to me. I don't know why. Maybe he's very happy. I'm sure he is. It's beautiful weather down there. But anyways, everyone. Wow, I've been on here for over an hour and 25 minutes almost. My soccer team, I don't have one. But if I had to pick one, I guess I'd say Juventus. All right, Manchester U, huh? Well, thank you everyone for hanging out tonight and watching this. Can everyone? Let's see if we can get the 300 likes before we go. We gotta get 300 thumbs up right here. Can we get it? It's gonna be tough. We need 22 more. We got 137 people in here. 283. Andrew, I'm sorry, you just got 291. We need 9 more. I think we can do it. What happened to my thumb? I hurt my thumb at baseball today. I'll give you here's my good thumb. So I hurt this thumb at baseball. I didn't really hurt it. I have a cut right here at the top of it. So it's stinging and I keep grabbing things. When I put the Band-Aid on, it kind of reminds me not to grab it. 297, we need 3 more. Oh, we need 2 more. We got 298. We got 300. Nice. Wrist feels good. Oh, I knew somebody was going to get rid of that thumbs up. Look at that, 3 of you. Unbelievable, you 3. You too, boss. All right, so we'll do this again at some other point, but I do have to go. I'm going to go watch, that was a great hot chocolate I had. I'm going to go watch some TV, and then I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow we got a long day of baseball. Got 6-hour practice, straight, no breaks, all defense, my favorite day. And I got some work to do in the morning. And then next week I'm gonna take some days off because we have Christmas coming up. So, anyways, looking forward to tomorrow. I'll see everyone later. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Oh, tomorrow, Road to the Show will be on tomorrow night. So go check that out. Thanks, everyone. Jimmy Neutron.